Byscorez.
Well, seeing as though Calvin's phone fucked us because it didn't get us any footage.
Because I had all the videos from the previous podcast on there still. Because
How much time did you get on your phone?
10 minutes.
You only got 10 minutes on your phone?
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh, your angle's fine.
Shit, time to redo the podcast.
I'm a big Spotify guy.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to watch this video. Okay. I'll just listen to it.
No, yeah. I mean,
I'd like to know how
this
many
gets
people
all the
actually
audio.
like watch the video or just listen. Right?
Well, you can
I like
see
how,
that by
I like
the
how
views.
Spotify you can.
Yeah. So
do either
that's
or.
why I
Yes.
think it's worth it because you can just switch if you want
The
to see
sun
something
right
in the
here is
video.
blind.
So how does that work? Do you guys have to pay Spotify a certain amount
No.
each month? It's
Nope.
free.
It's free to upload.
Really?
Yep.
Spotify's great.
You
dude.
upload through Anchor, which is like a different app, and then it
I heard about
distributes.
Anchor.
And I made it so like it distributes to. Once you upload it to Anchor, everything else does. Like it uploads to Instagram and Facebook and website.
It, like
and
shares
all that
all
stuff.
platforms.
So what's the most amount of views you've gotten on the video so far?
I think the
150
Or Spotify.
150 on YouTube, and then
Really?
that I think we also got almost 100 on Spotify.
Only
as
so- we
well.
I'm a
haven't-
big Spotify.
We haven't gained many.
Yeah.
Can't
followers
can't you pay to like have your video more publicized
You can-
than what
you
it
can
is?
promote
Yeah,
it.
we could promote it, but like,
Because I know on YouTube you can.
We
but I
haven't
don't know if on
gained
Spotify
many
you can.
like.
yeah, I think.
From when
I
you
feel like if
started?
you have like
Yeah.
20 episodes, then
Dude,
it's
you wanna
like,
do me a
then
big
that's the part where
favor?
you're like, okay, it's like starting to become like
Get
an
my
actual
bottle of Howler
podcast.
Head out of the freezer.
What is it? Booze?
Do you like banana?
Love banana.
Gotta try it.
All right, cool.
Banana flavored.
Fuck. What was I going to say earlier? Oh, this is a PSA. And he's not here right now, but he'll attest.
Here he comes.
Vance, I know you can attest to this, so. With wearing the camouflage uniform,
Probably not.
No, you're good.
If anybody hears it, it's a roulette ball wheel.
you can attest to this.
Talk to me. What are we attesting to?
I try to avoid going out in uniform as much as possible. If I have an opportunity to change in the civvies after work or drill,
Listen,
I'll change.
You fucking heroes. You
The
do
one
not,
PSA that I have to give,
You do not go out in.
you don't have to thank every person for their service.
Lonnie's a man in uniform.
Because you know what? Like, I've been in for.
Thank you.
Fuck, I'm going on 5
Security
years now.
security guard.
You've been doing it for 5
Lonnie
years.
came
Yeah,
in.
January
Lonnie,
30th.
Well, I guess
Lonnie came
because
into
of
my dad's
high school,
restaurant. There was a
yeah.
DM
Yeah,
officer
dude, we think
there,
about it. Like we
and he
graduated
was like
2017.
staring
That's
down
crazy.
Lonnie. Like it was weird. Like
I didn't realize how old I was till my sister was like in high school now.
Yeah,
Fuck,
my
I'm old.
brother's 18.
Well-
and I,
But
Dustin,
like, here's the thing though.
Think about it like me. Like,
find
what
it,
do you-
Dewey?
Like, think about me.
we
Like,
fell in.
you guys are 6 years younger than me. right?
Yeah, but I've been friends with you since.
I've known
dawn of
you
time.
since you were pissing on your sheets. Like, I mean,
Still
I've
does.
known you for a while. Yeah,
He
still
still
does.
Should we bring up the? I'll bring the story up after. But
Dude, I knew you
being,
for a little
being
bit.
thanked for your
Not
service.
as long as him, probably.
So
First grade.
I love it. I'd never know what to say back. So I went to. This is a 2-part.
Do you do the classic me? Do you do the me thing?
I do the classic. Thank you for your
Support. Yeah, that's.
Got a video at a bottle out of the freezer. I don't know what's taking so long.
I think he's peeing.
So this is a 2-part story. So I walk into Dunkin' because drive-through nowadays is bananas because of COVID. You won't get out of your car to go inside. It's mind-blowing.
Pussies.
I go inside, I'm wearing my uniform because I'm about to go to work. It's like 7 in the morning or something like that. I get my coffee, I order it, and this lady behind me goes, "Oh, thank you for your service." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, you too." It's 7 in the morning. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, "Fuck, man," because she didn't say anything about it. But like when I got back in my car, I'm like, "I definitely said thanks, you too."
What the fuck is that?
So then I get my coffee, right? I get my coffee.
I mean, I'm
and
always
the Dunkin'
game.
employee is holding a straw right here,
This is
and she gives me my coffee. I'm like,
think of like the worst banana tasting.
"Are you gonna give me my coffee now?"
It's like got that artificial banana. Oh, it's
And she's holding the straw, and I was like, "Am I gonna drink this without a straw? What's going on here?" And she's not saying anything. I was like, "Can I have the straw, please?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, because you asked, I'll give you a straw." I was like, "I had to ask
What?
for a fucking straw."
Was this recently?
This is it's the new Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's the
Rhode
new
Island
law. It's
straw.
the new law,
About
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So
I was like, why
I
are
drove
we
away and I didn't have a straw. I'm like, what the hell?
restaurants are getting fined $500 per incident.
Yeah, my dad.
five?
My dad owns a
$500.
restaurant at URI, and
What about
He-
paper
he
straws?
keeps
Do you
this-
do that shit?
They can give you paper straws, but
What-
it's plastic.
what-
You have to
what
ask.
Albie's
rest-
place.
What?
Albie's place.
Albies.
God.
My dad owns Albie's.
Okay, thank you.
Get a discount if you mention my name.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Go to Albies. You'll get the
Dad-
best fucking sandwich of your life.
Dad, I'm coming to you, Daddy.
Get yourself a fat sandwich.
Yeah.
My dad. So he has the straws on the counter because it's one less thing to remember.
Because it's
in
not
order.
a pussy.
Yeah, you grab it when you get
He
your
still
drink.
does. I mean, he's hoping like maybe he'll just get fining a small business $500
Yeah.
for
It is
giving out straws. Is ridiculous.
Bananas, dude.
But dude, like I've driven to work without a straw
He's
from
already had a
Dunkin',
tough
and I'm
enough
like, fuck, now I gotta drink it out of the cup.
Yeah.
It's already
You
been
gotta
tough
be
enough with
kidding me.
COVID.
Pop the
He's-
lid
he-
off.
What is
It's
this?
a whole thing, man.
You're telling me that a turtle's gonna cause this right now?
It's already been
Come
tough
on.
enough with COVID. He's lost all his employees, and now they're gonna fine you for giving out plastic straws. Are you fucking
But
kidding
what
me?
I don't get is the plastic straws are already made.
Yeah.
So like
They're already out
then
there.
then stop making the plastic
So-
straws and then, like
I don't,
then your paper straws get whiskey
when you're waiting for like
that's true. You need to give
I'll
two.
try it.
You need to give two paper
try it.
straws for one
I need new
plastic
cups.
straw.
So can we talk about how I
pour me one?
prepped? So years and years and years ago, my friend and I used to always have straws in our glove box, and I've been living off those fuckers for the last like 6 months. So
Mine's-
like
mine's
if a
napkins.
person doesn't give me a straw, I'm like
good.
no fret.
Yeah.
I have a straw in my glove box.
was it just whiskey?
I don't want it either. I don't.
Don't call that bourbon.
Sweet.
Don't call that bourbon. You disgusting.
What is
human
that?
being.
What is this?
It's called Howler.
Kentucky straight bourbon.
No, that's a fucking lie.
No way it's natural.
There's no way.
There's sugar in there.
Laffy Taffy banana is fantastic.
You like Laffy Taffy bananas?
Yes.
I don't think I'm going home after
Laffy
this.
Taffy banana.
I'll tell you what. This does
Last time I
taste.
had it, I liked it. I don't know when that was, but
Coke or no? Like Coke and Jack and Coke.
Do I look like a person that does coke?
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me? This dude just came in. Dustin asked, "Oh, do I got ice?" And he goes,
Yeah, he shit on me for it.
he goes, I just drink mine
I
straight
got
up.
fucking ridiculed. I got ridiculed for asking
Not
for ice.
ice, not cold. He just drinks it straight.
He's like, if you put this with Coca-Cola,
This dude don't need no damn Coke.
I'll tell you what though. This does taste like banana. Like
I don't like artificial banana or that weird shit.
They say if you mix it with,
so.
they mix it with strawberry cream Bailey's.
Oh, I mean, are you trying to fuck me or what? Like,
That'll be a.
I'm trying to tell you right now. If you do that,
I didn't mention that this is.
if you do
I
this
put some Molly in
with the
this.
strawberry whatever,
Lonnie's drunk. He's gonna ask me to box later.
Yeah, one of you guys gotta box him before you leave. It's
that's
a rule.
fine, dude.
I'll box Lonnie. I'll box
Lonnie's
Lonnie.
like,
Dewey's down.
yeah, Dewey wants to, and Lonnie's like, not again.
Lonnie, I'm a.
I will fuck you up.
Lonnie, it's a boxing match until I flip the switch,
So I'm not dumb as like.
and then it's
No more boxing matches on the deck. We're doing grass from
then
now
it's
on.
fucking. I pick you up and put you. That's my MO.
There is a
man.
golf course behind here. Let's just
There
go
is.
tee off.
That's fucking brick though.
It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
My thing.
Can I bring it up like lead into it?
Yeah, you can leave.
All right, so we're gonna bring up into how like he got out while I was still in. So originally we were set for deployment. You guys, 115th. The Rhode Island has 2 military police companies. It falls under one brigade, which is the 43rd. I was in the 169th.
Lonnie hates the police.
I did not say that. I never
Hey,
said
just
that.
Shut up. Just let him continue the
So
story.
I was in the 169th at the time. It's like Wesley versus Cherho, you know, like the 2 fucking companies, you hate each other, whatever. I catch wind of the deployment for one of my friends. And she was like, "You want to hop on?" I was in the urinal or the porta potty in Fort Drum, New York. When she called me, I was like, "Yeah, fuck, I'll fucking hop on." Yeah, AT. I was at AT, annual training, which is like your 2-week training. So I hop on deployment, super pumped up because I know a lot of people. Vance is on it. Like we grew up together. This is awesome. So we are at Fort Trump again with their company. So this is my second Fort Trump experience. So we're doing all like the prep for it. You got to qualify with the M4. You got to qualify with your crew serve weapons, which is like your 240, your 50
Mark
cal,
19.
Mark 19.
Lonnie just leaves his guns laying around the house in here.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
So
I do not.
We're doing this, and like annual training is like 2 weeks long. You're operating at like 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're getting like 3 to 4 hours maybe of sleep. So everyone's hallucinating. You're dipping. You're dipping. You're
Drinking
dipping. You're
bangs.
smoking. You're caffeine.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 milligrams a day just to stay up because you don't know what's going on. And that leads into
All right.
him.
So where Dustin's going with this, right?
Just put it back where it was.
So
Put a fucking sign. Continue.
prior to this, right? So my little my fight to get on this deployment. So I'm attached to the recruiting battalion, right? Like I said earlier. But my main job in the military was military police. So I was a squad leader, and then working towards being I was a team leader, working towards being a squad leader, right? So I know well in advance that there's a deployment coming up, so I put in the paperwork. Long story short, I get on the deployment. So now I am a team leader in the same unit that Dustin is going on this deployment. We go to Fort Drum, and I don't know. I was part of the Advon, so Advon means that I was there before everybody else. So I was there like a week beforehand, and all this nonsense, right? And we're trying to get through qualification for the M4s, and then the next day is going to be crew serve weapons, which is the 240, Mark 19, the 50 cal, all that stuff. Which I am one of like 7 people to grade that section. Yeah. So like Dustin was saying, we were pretty much running like 18 or 20 hours.
3 hours of sleep a day, dude.
Yeah, like
For 2
No,
weeks straight.
thank you.
It was-
I can't even function on like 5 hours of sleep.
So like if anybody that is watching this that I was their team leader, they can attest. Like I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, go fucking sleep for a couple hours.
I'm gonna stay up.
Like go sleep, go relax. I'll stay up.
Yeah.
Like I'll fucking stay up.
I think Alex is almost to rolling around on the floor.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine.
can tell.
We're almost there.
What do you mean?
He just Snapchat. He just Snapchatted me in the middle of the podcast saying I'm fucked up.
So one of my big things during the first week of us being out in Fort Drum was that we were getting ran like fucking rag dogs, right? And I was like, yeah, my guys are fucking. They were like, oh, where's your team? Like they're asleep. Like I'll just brief them in the morning. To the point where I had to drive a bus with night vision on. So
All right.
not that you guys know what it's like to fucking drive with night vision on.
I
we
do not.
play we play Call of Duty.
Yeah, we do play Call
We
of
play
Duty.
Call of Duty.
So
It's like fuck.
when you guys remember like high
Not
school?
that I've driven a bus, but I've used night vision on Call
the
of
army
Duty.
would come in with like those fucking
yeah,
those drunk goggles on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can only see Fort Drum the way it is at night when you're driving. You can't have any lights on your vehicles.
Also,
I may have missed this story.
Hold on,
Where's Fort Drum? I may have missed
New
it.
York,
upstate
I'm sorry.
New York. It's right next to
Canada.
It's like 5. It's like 10 minutes from the Canadian
So
border.
here's a crazy thing about Fort Drum, and this is the craziest thing I ever thought. Field artillery, right? The guys that have the really big guns,
Howitzers,
Yeah.
those big cannons.
right? The big cannons, right? So those guys, their range, like their shooting range, was right off of, and I mean 50 yards off of a main road. So you, as a regular human being, could be driving by as they are shooting off 155 millimeter
Good Lord.
rounds into the sky, right? To land in an area that was not very far from where
Right.
we were. Now, if you remember, Dustin, when we did our 320, which is our like little grenade launcher bullshit training, is it 320? Yeah, 320.
320.
Yeah. So we were doing that training, right? And they were actually lobbing rounds over our fucking heads. Like,
You could see it coming in. Like
Hell no.
so like for us, for people that have never been in combat, that is very, very new to us. So
There's rounds just flying over your head.
Flying
is what
over.
you're saying?
So legitimate rounds flying over our heads, right? So God forbid if they had fucked up,
It
they
just
could have dropped rounds on us. It's
ARs
like half,
over your head.
probably the
No,
size
no.
of that folding
it's
table.
like half the size
way.
of that folding table.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yep.
Yeah. We're talking.
And these are shooting out of those big cannons
Yep.
or something?
yeah.
Holy
Like
crap.
big
Golly.
boys. We're talking about big things. Like,
I bet.
like when you look up in the sky, they're cutting.
Yeah.
They're cutting clouds.
That's
like they're so
insane.
big.
All it takes is some idiot to fuck up.
One wrong.
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah. Which thankfully they weren't.
Yeah.
But you hear that, right?
don't
Like
like
you hear that
bumps.
fucking
in the
zipping
back of
through
your
the sky.
mind that
Yep.
Whatever.
How loud was that?
It's not. It's really not that loud.
Because they
Really?
But you
How
hear
far
it.
away are they shooting from
Like
you?
when it
Like, actually
impacts
firing.
into
Miles.
the ground.
Miles.
Is,
Okay, yeah. So
Miles.
you're just seeing it fly over with.
Yeah.
so when it hits the ground, it's not like loud at all.
No, you
They
hear
were
it.
landing where they were. Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on. So like, I know this is wicked off topic, but like, have you tried any like different cuisines there, Dustin?
Shut the hell up.
Like you interacting with locals, right?
Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Dewey, that was so.
Hold on.
Ignore that question.
Different like cuisines, man.
We're talking about them getting shot
Different
at.
cuisines, man. Hold on.
Hold on to that. I'll go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once he's done. Once he's done with that story, I'll bring up. I'll bring that up.
He doesn't know where he is.
So-
He sent me a Snapchat saying, I feel like GOF is in my presence. I don't know who that is.
So I know what he's talking about, but
I'll
so
bring that.
like
I'll bring that up later.
imagine looking up, right, and you can actually see the round coming through the clouds, right, because it's so large. So I don't know what I think I was like 7 or 8 days in from their actual training. I was drinking like 5 or 6 bangs.
It's like
at a
13
time.
hours of sleep total.
Yeah,
I was hitting bangs in Florida. We worked in 10-hour shifts and we were doing
Yep.
bangs.
Yeah.
Those, what do they got? Like 13 milligrams of caffeine or something?
Yep.
13 milligrams isn't anything.
13.
Bangs are
It's something.
Bang
No,
was
it's
in
not.
300.
Do you know how many,
milligrams is mad
how many
small. It's like
caffeine?
150
How many
or
things
more.
of caffeine are in?
300 milligrams are in a bang.
Yeah.
Oh, I was,
Yeah.
I was way off.
13
13
is like
milligrams is nothing.
nothing.
No, 300 are in a bang.
Like
Your
your
mom's
average-
drinking
Using
like
an
3 a
energy
day.
drink is
Average
like
energy
220 to 3.
Yeah.
All right, so bangs have like 300 milligrams of caffeine. This kid was drinking like
4.
3 to 4 a day.
Yeah.
Yep. That.
I'm pretty sure one of the guys in
Do the
Florida had
math.
to go to the hospital because of that.
So it got to the point where I was like, listen, like I'm not having my guys come out here to fucking do this stuff because I need them to be functional the next day, right? To do either they need to drive to an area or that I need them to function. I need them to pass on the range and everything like that, right? So so whatever, shit was happening, and then all of a sudden at like 2:40 in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, fuck, man, I do not feel comfortable. And within the next couple hours, I end up being taken to the nearest hospital. And so with that, I'm like, oh fuck, like this is kind of serious. And I'm lying to my family. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get like a check on my muscles. Like there's muscle fatigue and shit like this, right? So the doctor comes in, he sits down next to me. He's like, hey man, so it's one of two things. It either A is muscle fatigue, which is what we've talked about, or B, you've got like a fucking serious problem. But regardless, we're gonna send you to St. Joseph's in Syracuse, New York, which is like an hour and a half away from where I am. And he's like, we're either A, gonna fly you out of here, or we're gonna take you by ambulance. But so whatever. So I get to the next place, and they bring me in. They're like, how much cocaine have you done? Right? Because as a person that's 26 years old, you don't expect, something like this to happen. So I'm like, yeah, sir, I've never done cocaine. So over and over and over and over again, I've been asked how much cocaine I've done. And I have obviously done 0 cocaine. And but I keep getting asked this to the point where I tell the nurse that's coming in to ask me this question that, hey, if you come in here again, I will fucking strangle you. Like I will legitimately, I will take these cords and I will strangle you till you cannot fucking breathe anymore.
Basically, I don't understand, man, because like they contacted me while I was at work, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take an unacceptable absence just to come see you, man. And like I don't understand it.
So so they keep questioning whether or not I'm having they thought that I was taking cocaine, and I'm like, listen, I just came out of the field. Like I don't know when cocaine could have been introduced, but I just came out of the field. But yeah, so we go in, we do the surgery. I'm awake during the whole time. They're in my heart.
Jesus Christ.
And the doctor goes, "Oh shit," just like that. I'll never forget this because I'm awake during the whole thing.
I don't think you want to hear that.
Yeah, right. It's the last thing you want to hear.
Yeah.
So there's like a big projection thing over my chest and a 90-inch screen TV to my left.
You're awake while they're in your heart, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So
God
I
damn.
don't think
Hardcore
normal.
shit.
So I don't think normally a person of older, like that's older, would normally feel or be awake for this stuff. But I was very much awake. So he's like, "Oh shit." And he starts talking about how he needs this stent and this, like these things, right? So they find I have a blockage of 90% in one of my arteries. So they come in and they're like, "Yep." So everything gets moved out of the way. And the doctor, he's like, "Vance." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, I'm like, I'm all fucked up from drugs and shit like that, but I can still feel some stuff. He's like, "Hey, we got to go in. You have a 90% blockage in one of your arteries, and we're gonna suck it out, and then we're gonna replace that area that's broken with a stent." I'm like, "Okay." So it took 3 stents to brace the area that I had all fucked up. So the artery that I had broke, I actually split the artery. So it wasn't actually a clog, like it wasn't like fatty tissue or
that builds up from like fast food and shit.
Right. So this was different. I actually severed an artery. So it was a blood clot, right? So they had to go in, suck out the blood clot, and then take stents and then rebuild that pathway, right, for blood. So they do that, they do all that, and afterwards they're like, "Yeah, your heart's not at full function," so they put in a balloon pump. So this balloon pump goes in through my femoral artery. So they go in, they go up to my heart, and they put a balloon, right? And this thing fucking moves. It moves your heart. Yeah. Get the blood to go. Yeah. So if it seems that my heart's not moving at the point that it's supposed to do, it pumps, and it fucking forces my heart to move, right? So all this shit's plugged into me. And then within 24 hours, you and Lindsay are there, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
So,
Dewey got to New York in an insane time. Vin Diesel couldn't beat this dude at this point.
Listen, I drove through like 3 easy passes at like 60 miles an hour just to get to this guy. And I was grateful. Hold on. I was grateful that they gave him to like a really good hospital, man.
Yeah, because he told me what happened when it first happened, and I'm on the Snap Map watching him, and he was in Rhode Island. An hour later, he's in New York. I'm not even kidding. I got fined for going through 16 miles an hour with the easy pass. I'm going, fuck.
No, dude.
All right?
Honestly, like
because like it was worth it. It was worth it. I said, fuck these guys.
Subaru or the RAV4?
It
was a RAV4.
Down the highway.
I blew through that easy pass like a bat out of hell because I was like, I'm getting to this fucking hospital, and you don't understand why.
So I think. Yeah, like at this point, right? So after the surgery, I get out. Mind you, I haven't told anybody what was going on because that's just my thing. Like, I get hurt. I make a joke out of it. I try to make something that's better than what it is, right? So I call my now fiance, and I'm like, yeah. So like. I'm like, it was a muscle thing. We thought it was a muscle thing, but it comes to find out that I had a blockage in my heart. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just went under like crazy surgery, but yeah, hopefully they fixed it." I go, "But if not, then we might be talking some other issues, right?" Like, trying to figure out how to say this in the best way possible, right? So then, of course, I got to call my mom, which then tells him.
Oh fuck yeah!
And I don't think I actually. Talked
Oh, I drove straight out of EB.
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck you guys, I'm gone." I had zero time. I didn't give a fuck if they wrote me up or not.
So my mother tells me, like, she's like, "Yeah, your brother's on his way," and I'm like, "Ah, fuck." Mind you, I don't like the whole sympathy thing. So, right, going back to what we were saying, I originally was going to deploy with Dustin and the crew, and then I ended up having a heart attack. I mean, that's what it's called, right? Where I was in the hospital for a couple days, and like my family came and saw me and stuff like that, and that's the reason why I didn't go on the deployment that they went on. So I spent another 1.5 years in the Army. I should have been where they were, and it bothers me that I wasn't, overseas and stuff like that with them. And I didn't get the opportunity to go with them because that was such a big accomplishment of mine. And there's a need for that, right? Like I still strive for that. And I think that's part of why I took the job that I took is I still work for the Army. So there's still an opportunity for me to go overseas and serve, my country and be a part of that in the sense of, I may not be the guy that's on the ground fucking blowing brains out, but, I might be the guy that's fucking handing out candy bars, but like, at least I'm over there and I'm like, I can sympathize with those people that are over there. So that's a big part of me is for the first like 6 months afterwards, I tried to figure out like, okay, how can I get overseas? How can I get over to the area? And I had a job offer. How do I get over to the area that these guys are in to support them and to be part of that, that mission and kind of figure out how to be a part of that person. But yeah, so in 2019, I had a heart attack on September 11th, which is
no way.
Oh yeah, yep. So it was September 11th of 2019. It was a very interesting day. Yeah. So I had a heart attack, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to go on the deployment with them. But I tried to make sure that that these guys were as ready as possible and could go on that deployment, and I was here waiting for them to get home.
We see, I was grateful that they put you in a really nice hospital too. Like that hospital was so fucking nice, man. Like they couldn't have put you in a better hospital than that.
Brown?
No. So
Syracuse.
So I was at St. Joseph's Hospital in Syracuse, New York.
So fucking nice.
Shout out.
And so they moved me from Carthage Hospital, which is just outside of Fort Drum. But they knew right from the get-go, they were like, fuck. We don't have the technology and the manpower to handle whatever's going on in your body
this
right
dude's
now.
too fucked up for us.
Yeah. they were like, we got to ship you out. And yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, there's nothing like being in an ambulance with the lights on and going, however fast they were going.
Mock Jesus.
Yeah, trying to get you to the next hospital.
Yeah,
That's
the same thing
insane.
happened to my dad because like it was like the second day I had my dirt bike, and second day,
Yeah, he crashed, right? All right.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
second
something like
day
that.
it was a YZ450. He takes it up my dirt road, and he didn't come back down, and I'm waiting 5 minutes. I was like,
Your old man,
yeah,
not you.
no, my old
Lonny
man,
Brown Senior.
yeah,
Senior.
and before that. You might know Sal DeSantis.
Yep.
He crashed
Yeah.
my bike before that. I think that bike was a curse because Mike DeZalvo almost crashed that bike.
Oh my god.
Sal almost
Love
crashed
Sal
that
to
bike,
death.
and my dad.
That's a good fucking kid.
Yeah, and my dad crashed it. So my dad, he didn't come back down the dirt road, and I'm like, okay, so he either stalled the bike or something happened. Yeah, I didn't hear the engine anymore. I was like, oh, this fool put it up on the main road. No, I didn't hear anything. So I'm like, okay. I kind of started walking up the road, and then I heard like a yell out in the distance. I'm running up the dirt road, boots and everything. You know how heavy dirt bike boots are. I'm
'cause
sprinting.
You're ready for riding, right?
Yeah. So I'm sprinting up the road, and I see him slouched over in the middle of the road, blood pouring out of his arm like crazy, puddling up on the ground. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm running up in like full panic mode, running up, boots and everything. The bike is like kind of smashed up in the front because I guess he hit the brakes too hard and he flipped over. He ended up tearing his rotator
he
cuff.
didn't hit a rock or something, or
No,
just
he hit
like,
the brakes too hard and it flipped him over and the bike landed on him.
Yeah, but
and he had no helmet on.
But what made
He
him hit
almost-
the brakes though?
What?
What made him hit the brakes though?
I have a main road at the end of my dirt road, and he flew up doing like probably third
So like
gear.
a car coming, just like got kind of like
No, just slowing down before he goes up to the main road.
You just squeezed it too tight.
Yeah.
Your main road's pretty fucking sketchy,
It is.
man.
It's pretty sketchy. And
Yeah.
this dude, he slammed on the brakes. The bike went down and flipped him off. The bike went flying up in the air and landed on him, shattered his foot in more than 10 spots. And he walked down the whole dirt road. And I brought the bike down. His arm was pouring with blood because he like scraped up his elbow. He didn't break his elbow somehow. He didn't break anything, but he tore his rotator cuff and shattered his foot more than 10 spots.
That road's gravel, right?
Yeah.
Probably better than.
Oh. Yeah.
And so he had no helmet on. And so we did that, and like the same thing was you. Wesley Hospital didn't have what it took to take care of him. He had to go to
Wesley
Providence.
Hospital is dog shit, by the way.
Yeah.
It's the worst fucking hospital that we have.
Well, that's where my mom panicked. That's where she took him. I was gonna take him in my truck and go up to like South County. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's
South
better.
County's a lot
You
better.
guys call an ambulance?
No, we drove
it's,
him.
it's definitely Wesley Hospital, South
Trash.
County, and then Providence.
Yeah, and then and so we went to.
South County's a great hospital, like for
Kent
around here.
County. Yeah.
But with South didn't
South
get
County
hurt. It was
has
funny.
definitely come up.
He was trying to show off and try to wheelie in front of me. The bike went up too high on him, and he tried running with it, and then the bike dipped on him.
He's
and
like,
he fell
"Ah,
with the bike,
shit."
and my back fender bent up.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
And
Got that bike?
no, I traded that in.
Dude, you want to hear a good story? So maybe a couple months after my heart attack and everything, and I'm sitting at home, and at the time I was living at home with my parents. So my mom, my stepdad, right, all this stuff. We hear this loud bang, and the electricity flickers. I'm like, oh fuck, somebody hit a telephone pole. Come to find out, I jump in my car, I drive up the street. Come to find out, the guy that hit the telephone pole was only fucking like 30 feet from my fucking driveway. So he's up on Main Street, right? You know where this is.
Yeah.
Like, you know where I live. He's up on Main Street. He hit a telephone pole. Car's upside down. I'm like, holy shit. So, but the military police part of me is like, all right, we'll block off this part of the road so that nobody can come down here. And then I'm going to go in here and evaluate the situation. So I get in there. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? He's like,
I'm upside down. Fucking broken, dude.
yeah. Need help. Right? So, like, you try to, the thing that they teach you all the time is, like, when in a situation of, like, high stress, is they want you to be in a low stress mood, right? Like, so this guy, I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? Like, what's up? And he's like, well, I fell asleep while driving, and I fucking woke up, and I was like this. I'm like, okay, cool. Has anybody come in and talked to you? No, not yet. I'm like, all right. So there's several people around. I'm like, okay, you call 911, fucking explain what's going on, but I want you to be over here, explain what's going on. Don't let this guy hear you. So I'm like, okay, cool, dude. I'm like, does anything feel like it's broken? He's like, no, I feel fine. I just think I'm upside down. Mind you, like
Are you
legit.
talking to this guy while he's upside down?
Oh yeah. This guy's going on. This guy's.
Could you please unbuckle my fucking seatbelt?
This guy's in his seat upside down. His car is completely upside down, right? No smoke or anything like that, but he had hit a telephone pole.
Was this right in Ashway?
Yeah.
Right there, like 5 feet.
I'm talking
right on Main Street.
like 30 feet from my road.
Yeah. Pretty close to the post office.
Okay.
So I'm in the car now with him. I'm standing in there and I'm up and he's upside down, but I'm fucking right side up. And I'm like, all right, man, like check it out. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna unbuckle you, okay, and I'm gonna go to the back of the car. I'm gonna open up the back of the car, right? That way you're able to crawl out. Other than that, you're going to sit on the sidewalk and just wait. We're going to wait. So this is only maybe, if not weeks, a month after my heart attack. So I shouldn't be doing any of this stuff. But whatever. Like, obviously somebody's in fucking help, so I'm going to help out. So I get in there, I help out, and I pull him out of there. And he's like, holy fuck, man, thanks for the help. I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. And the local PD is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's the most exciting thing they've seen in fucking months.
Around there is like, what,
25.
We're talking 25. 25, man.
You gotta be going fast to flip it.
Yeah, it's fucking Hopkins too. So like cops are like, oh.
Whoa, something's going on.
So I think what happened was he fell asleep, woke up, was in the other lane, and then fucking jerked his wheel.
Yeah.
And that's what somehow flipped the car. Right?
Yeah, he got.
Flipped, or was he in the middle of it?
No.
He got lucky.
He was
That
in
guy
the
got
road.
lucky, yeah.
He was in the road upside down, and he had hit the fucking telephone pole. So if that telephone pole wasn't there, he probably would have just drove right in the woods, right? Yeah. So I'm sitting there talking to him like, yeah, man, this is what happened. This is what you did. And he's like, I've been working fucking second and third shift, blah, 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 blah.
Dude, not the cops, don't worry.
Dude,
Don't explain
I
to
don't
me.
give a fuck what you did. But just figure out what you did and then fucking stick to it, man. Like, at least we got you out of there alive.
Yeah.
No problem. And my stepdad fucking finally rolls up and he's like, oh shit, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. This guy's fine. Like, we're good to go. Like, we'll fucking figure it out
Figure it after.
Matt get in the same accident?
That was years ago. Years prior to that.
Bring up Dewey's fucking cuisine question he brought up earlier.
We'll bring up his cuisine
Listen, man.
question, and then we'll wrap it down.
Listen, man.
Because we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes.
That's a long episode.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So I
it's
didn't-
almost 3 o'clock.
I
So
didn't.
because Dewey is so curious about the cuisine.
Which one are you talking about?
You.
Which
Alex
A
Dewey.
Dewey.
You're the one that asked the weird ass
Dewey's
question.
Dewey's been sending me a Snapchat like every 5 seconds telling me how fucked up he is.
I'll cure his hunger.
So
So I didn't really I didn't go off post when I was in Iraq. Really, it's just like all on the base. So I didn't really get like all the food stuff. But
Well, not to be fit, not for nothing, but fucking COVID hit.
yeah, COVID hit. So like we're pretty locked down. But
So like to be fair, the deployment for the 115th was supposed to be really cool, and people were gonna eventually bounce from country to country, right?
Oh, wow.
So it was going to be good for everybody, right? So like anybody that was in Iraq was going to go to UAE and see all that. Like
it was only good for certain people.
But then COVID hit, and it fucked everything up. It just fucked it all up. So you got stuck in what, Iraq?
I was in Kuwait and
Now,
Iraq.
I'm assuming,
both.
do they even wear masks in Iraq? I mean,
like at that time, like
Iraq.
Wait,
I'm
Dustin,
so irate right now.
Dustin, hold on. Did you get like experience anything with like locals or anything like
Yeah,
that? Or
so
just, like,
on the base, like in Iraq, you have like the Iraqi nationals or whoever like lives in that area, and they'll work on post.
Iraq.
So a lot of the people that clean the bathroom, the people that take the trash out, we're all like Iraqi nationals. Okay. So I'm in Camp Taji, which is right outside Baghdad, and this is my like second day of being there. I walk in the bathroom, ready to take a shower. Like, the only thing you do over there is work out or like do nothing. So I'm sweaty, want to shower, want to go to bed. I walk.
Is it like the movies where you work out with fucking tires and shit?
Yeah, you work out with whatever you got over there.
Okay.
So I walk in the bathroom, fucking start stripping down, get naked, get in the shower. Get out of the shower, I'm drying off, and I see this guy in the fucking countertop sink. He's squatting in front of the sink. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what
God.
the fuck is happening right now? And I walk over more and I see that he's like an Iraqi national guy. Like he works on the base. He's just fucking squatting down, butt naked, washing his feet in the sink. And like I'm just confused because like I'm ignorant to like all whatever their cultural beings are. So I walk over.
You're like,
hey,
all right, this is a normal, I guess.
I walk over there. I'm like, hey man, there's a lot of showers you can go in.
so, like,
If you want to go wash off, dude, just go ahead. And he starts like freaking the fuck out. He goes, oh no, I'm so sorry.
He probably wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, he didn't know that I was in there, and he was like butt naked. So like I walked over there. He like you see a cat, and they like freak out.
Yeah.
So he like jumps off the sink. He fucking starts putting his clothes back on. He runs outside.
He was squatting on the sink.
Squatting in, like facing the mirror.
Just like
faucet's right here, and his feet are like this inside the sink, just washing his feet off. I'm like, oh my god.
So like, I know some people sound like a little weird, but like you didn't experience any like new foods or anything like that.
Nah,
like,
dude.
he was very concerned with the foods that you
Dude,
ate.
I'm hungry as shit.
So like
did you do like MREs or something out there?
So every base that you went to had a dining facility that we occupied like as United States. So like it was all like the food that we make, which is all dog shit. But like whatever we
but like nothing with the locals. Like you never experienced anything like new with the locals.
You had like little like I would call it like a fair, like a street. I call it Diagon Alley.
Oh yeah.
So whatever base you're on has a Diagon Alley.
Any, like dog shit pies or
Yeah,
something.
so you walk over and these people are like fucking yelling at you like, hey, buy a fucking phone case from like 3,000 years ago. Yeah. And then this one guy was like sound like,
You get a phone case for
I
the
want to
Motorola.
personally fucking, they make bread with their feet. And it's to die. No, it sounds gross, but it's to die for.
That's all right. That's what I mean.
That's why he was washing his feet. He was
something new.
Right.
So something new.
There,
Yeah.
He's like, he's selling whatever food. I'm like, oh, do you have any like fucking foot bread? He goes, no, we don't have that.
All right.
All right, dude, you're
It's
dead.
called foot bread.
Well, they make it with their feet, so like to me, it's foot bread. It's feet bread. That's how they make it. He's like, no, we don't know. We don't make that.
No,
we
it's
don't
not
make that.
called foot bread.
I call
It's just what we as
Yeah, it's made with
ignorant
feet.
Americans.
So I walk over there. I'm
call
like,
it.
hey, yeah, foot bread. He goes, no. I'm like, all right, fuck you then. You're dead to me. Like, I want
the foot bread.
I want foot bread, and you're selling phone cases, dude. Get
Yeah.
away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, dude, I mean, Iraq was like the biggest like.
Well, what screwed
Moment.
What screwed you guys over was the fact that COVID happened.
Yeah, I mean, but it was still fun. I had a fun time. Like I worked out like crazy over there. I was like running I was running like 4 miles a
But
day. I
even
was
but
lifting
even the
weights.
gym.
Yeah.
But even the gym, right?
Yeah, it was all different.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest
COVID messed a lot of things up.
the biggest thing.
How
that
big is
so
the base itself? Like, you're saying 4 miles a day. How many times is that a run around?
It's usually like in a perimeter standpoint, it's probably like 2 miles loop.
So what about like what's your favorite new experience from
So the
being
craziest
overseas?
from over there, the biggest thing to me was like I was running one time and my AirPods or my Beats headphones had died, and I took them out of my pocket and I'm still running. It's like 2 a.m, whatever, and I'm running and I fucking hear a call to prayer, and they're dude, it sounds so fucking like it's scary, but like what you don't realize, like call to prayer, that's everybody that follows that religion is stop what they're doing and they're praying. And I'm running around.
laying out their mats and shit.
Well,
Yeah, they
whatever,
do it at a
they'll have,
certain
like,
time,
It
right?
plays over like an intercom.
So as far as
right?
third world, it's so third world over there. But like they have these telephone poles with speakers on them, and how many times they do it a day, I don't know. I don't want to get the wrong answer, but they'll play it.
It's several.
Yeah, it's
Several
it's-
times
it's,
a day.
It's up there.
So they're doing this at 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m. This is happening, dude. I'm running. I'm like, what the fuck is that fucking noise, dude? So I stop what I'm doing. I get my heart rate down so I can like when your heart rate like you can hear your heart rate. So I get that down under control. I'm listening. I record it on Snapchat. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's like call to prayer. It's like
Remember you sent us a Snapchat of all like the fucking rounds in the air
yeah,
and shit.
That's another cool. They have the thing called the CRAM, which is like the anti-missile. So they'll do like
That thing's insane.
They'll do testing for it. And it shoots like some odd like what's it like 500 rounds a minute?
Yeah, because every
Not a minute,
in
but-
between each like round that you see, there's like a shit ton in
So-
between each round that
so
you
you'll
physically
see
can
they
see.
shoot-
Are you familiar with
This kid's
what the CRAM is?
Yeah, it
It's a-
stops
it's
missiles and stuff like that.
So like it's
yeah.
not man-made or anything.
Listen,
It tracks every
Yeah.
movement.
dirty.
Yeah.
It's
So like
dirty.
in between each tracer round, there's like I don't know how many rounds,
A
but
lot.
there's a shit ton
A
in between
fucking
each
lot.
tracer
I wanna
round.
say
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw a couple in Florida on the base that are like
Yeah.
the whole
Coast
point
line.
of the CRAM is that if a mortar is coming in, that the amount of rounds that are being put out,
One of them's gonna hit.
it's gonna hit it's gonna hit that mortar.
So one time,
that's a lot of money.
we
a lot of
like,
money.
Our base. I flew into Camp Taji, which is outside of Baghdad. I was coming from Al Assad. They just got hit by rockets coming in. Like 5 hours later, they wanted to like run tests on the CRAMs. I didn't know that at the time, so I'm running on the track again. It's like 9 at night or whatever, and I'm running, and then I see like fireworks in the sky, and it's the bullets going out. But you see the bullets before the noise happens. So
Yeah.
you see the bullets in the sky, and then it's like an A10, like that loud. And I'm right next to the fucking thing. I'm like
Dustin.
15. I'm like 15 feet away from this thing, and it blows my fucking. I got tinnitus from it, dude.
Have you guys ever? Do you guys know what an A10 is?
The plane that shoots.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Oh.
It's like when you hear it go like, and then like seconds
Did you
later,
see
yeah.
him at training.
Yeah, I saw A10s at Fort.
Those things sound
Okay.
crazy. Like
So depending-
obviously in video games. it's
So
like-
depending on when you go to basic training, right? At Fort Leonard Wood, there's the A10s are fucking
That's where they do the training.
doing their swipes, right?
Right.
And I mean, it's incredible.
The noises.
It's incredible.
Freedom
Yeah.
seeds, man.
Because
You'll-
like,
Sound of freedom.
isn't it because like so? What happens with those things when they go off? You hear like the gun go off, but then the louder sound, like the like going across. That's the bullets hitting the ground.
Yeah,
that's
that's the
making that
impact.
noise.
So
yeah.
would you rather feel like no combat or just like have a nice like?
I mean, for like, as weird as it sounds, like for like a civilian, like I don't ever want to see that. But like you join the military, like everyone has their reasons. But like the big reason I want to join is like I want to see some shit.
So, like,
and then
you-
the people that have been there and done that and like they fucked up and they're like, oh, trust me, dude, you don't ever want to see that. Like I do though.
So,
Like,
like,
that's why I joined.
You'd rather see like somewhat of like a threat while you were out there,
I'd rather fucking go kick doors down and
than rather see nothing at all,
yes,
right?
because that's
Okay.
why people join.
it kind of
you know?
gives you like a more motivation.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like it's why you're there. Like you know.
and that's the unfortunate part about us being in the later part of the war. Like we weren't a part of that group that
like kicking doors
kicked
down
in
in
doors
Fallujah
and fucking yeah.
I mean, I'm grateful. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. Like, I never ever like felt threat. I did feel threatened, but not as much. But like the people that like went back then, like when they first surged in Iraq, and,
Right.
like,
Exactly. For me, like me personally, right? Like I had a heart condition. Like I wish that I could take that away so that I could just at least be there. Even if I was in a fucking place that never even got contact. At least I could say like, yeah, I was there. Like I got to do this thing, right?
yeah.
Like I tried to get there. But for me now it's like, all right, well, fuck. How do I get there? How do I do that thing? Like
impossible.
There are jobs within my field that I can get and be over in Iraq or Afghanistan. But is it realistic? Like, am I actually going to be able to go over there and go do that
Something I
thing?
love.
Like,
I mean, that's the cool part of it too. Like, deep down in my head, like I can always say that. Like, I've been there. Like,
Right.
I've been
That
to
is
like
cool.
5 different bases in Iraq. Like I've done. It was cool.
I
It
don't.
was good.
Did you ever have, like clear like a town that we felt like
No.
kind of skeptical
No,
or
no,
no?
nope.
No, nothing.
That was not me.
No,
I don't think I could be out there. That's like dry heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's-
Oh, dude,
like
it
it
gets
feels
hot
kind of
as
like
hell over there.
like
That heat-
unknowing what's coming next.
Hottest I ever saw was 132 degrees.
Yeah, that's way
Dude,
too
that's
much.
fucking wild.
That's way too
Hot as
much.
fuck, dude.
Is it humid or is it like dry
So
heat?
in Kuwait, which is like I don't know, like an hour from whatever seas over there. I'm not globally fucking smart.
Mediterranean.
Well, they're all like
sea?
relatively
I
similar.
think that might be
you
the
know?
one. But like Kuwait, like holy fuck, dude. Like the humidity is 99%.
Good God.
So you walk outside and you're dripping.
Couldn't do
And
it.
It's not even. You don't know if it's your sweat. You don't
I
know
would
if
not
it's
be able to
Now,
sleep.
I've
the
always,
water in the
I've
air.
always wondered this because you obviously wear like the long sleeves and pants. How
Makes no
breathable?
fucking
How
sense, dude.
breathable is the uniform?
Not
Is
at
it
all.
Cool
not
at all?
Not at all.
It's like make me shiver even thinking about
Makes
it.
no
I
fucking
can't.
sense, dude. I'm over there in long sleeve shirt,
Dude,
long sleeve pants.
So
like
a buddy of mine explained to me, he's like, man, I fucking landed in Kuwait after being in Afghanistan for however many months, right? And he's like, I landed in Kuwait and I was just like, oh, fuck. Because they tell you when you get off the plane to put up your arm for rotor wash, right? Because you're going to get some of that heat from the turbines and everything like that from the plane. And he's like, it just never fucking ended. And then I put my arm down and I look and I'm like, oh, fuck. It's just that hot. Like, it's just that hot. Like, it doesn't matter how hot you thought it was. It's
I
just,
couldn't do it.
It's just that
that's
hot
insane.
in the area that you were.
I went to Arizona in the summer and
I don't even think you can
everyone's
compare
like,
that.
"Oh, it's a dry heat,
So
dry heat." But
that's
it's,
what Iraq was like.
So my
Iraq
wife-
was just
That's
dry
what I
fucking
figured.
Yeah.
heat.
So my wife and I were
the sun
in,
is just crazy.
It's just right
Yeah.
there, dude. Like,
So I
you
pr-
can touch it.
So I proposed to my wife in at the Grand Canyon, right? So we were in Las Vegas prior to that. And you're right. It's a dry heat. And we were like, oh, this isn't that bad. Like there's not a lot of moisture and all that stuff. And that's
a
definitely makes
sandstorm. That was
a
in Iraq.
difference.
Holy. Wow.
But they
Can't see anything.
But where where they were was just it's just so different. It's just such a different climate.
Here's the CRAM that I was talking about, Lonnie.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, you
that's
sent us that.
insane.
You sent us that.
Insane.
I remember the group chat. The group chat was
sent that
going
to you
nuts
guys,
over
right?
that video. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So imagine seeing that, right? And mind you, while this is all happening, I'm getting snapped.
Yeah, I'm Snapchat. I'm an asshole. Like, hey, you should be here, buddy. You're not. So here's
Like, oh,
a sick ass
imagine if
video.
Weren't you
there.
out there though the same exact time that we thought we were gonna go to war was Iran? Yeah, you were. I think
that was before we
was that before?
when we killed Solomai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was before.
I think that was before.
I thought a draft was gonna happen, so I was sitting in my room panicking. I was like, "Oh fuck!"
The only time I've
Because like,
and I'll
started going to the gym.
I'll keep this story
No,
short because
'cause,
I know
like-
we're cutting on time
No,
here.
it's pops.
But the only time I've ever felt threatened was 4th of July in Taji, which is off of Baghdad.
I mean, I don't.
4th of July we got intel because I was with Special Forces in their barracks. I was working with Special Forces, helping them get out of there, and they brief us every single day. And they're like, all right, this is 4th of July. We have intel that, like, we're going to get hit. So just whatever you're doing, full kit, no matter what you're doing. And that whole day, I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen?
Mind you,
Never happened.
These are the guys that, like, if they are going to get hit, these are the guys that are going to get hit.
So I felt
not,
comfort in that.
Not just like some rank-dink fucking unit.
Yeah.
Like, it's because these guys
some of the
are
videos-
clearing out, like, 14th group.
The videos that when I stayed with, I think it was 19th group.
19th group, yeah.
I think it might have been 19th group. I would forget. The videos that they were showing me from when they were in Syria, like a couple months before I was with them. Holy fuck, dude.
I bet.
Like,
Jeez.
dude, we're talking about guys that would go into areas in the middle of the night and would be unseen and unheard of, and then things would happen, right? And then they come back and then be like, yeah, like
Nothing happened.
nothing happened. We did.
You were never there.
We were never there, right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's insane.
Now, how long is the flight from here to there?
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know you're
well,
sitting in the back of like a
first off,
fucking
18
cargo
hours,
plane.
I
I think you have to.
total.
Well,
we flew into Germany.
Did you fly into Germany or Paris?
We flew into Germany,
Okay.
and then I turned 21 in Germany. I was like, cool.
I turned
get to have-
21 in Florida.
I get to have my first fucking legal beer, and then my.
think you can be 18.
It's 18.
So that's what shit on me, dude. I'm 21. I get to have my first legal beer, and then I thought to myself, wow, you only have to be 18.
well, your
to have
first real
first-
drink. is what
My
you're saying.
first real
Yeah,
drink.
you hadn't drank
I
before
don't even
that.
have to be 21. I was like, what a fucking shitty experience this is.
And this is years before the company that I went on went to Germany, right? Because we were in some crazy mission that we had to go to Nuremberg, Germany, and then just outside there, Grafenwehr, and like all this crazy shit. And then we came back, and then we had to go from that mission to fucking President Trump's inauguration, and it was a fucking shit
Were you guys
show.
there for that?
Wait,
I wasn't there. He was there though.
which part?
Inauguration.
What do
The
you ask?
inauguration.
Oh, let me tell you about the fucking inauguration. Yeah, I was fucking there.
This episode's gonna be so fucking long.
Yeah, I was.
Very long.
I was there.
But
for
okay,
the-
I think people like
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, but
Listen, I was there for President Trump's inauguration, and everything was fine up until we left. So the day after the inauguration is the Women's March movement, which is fine. Like none of us have.
It's
a
like
fuck-
Joe Rogan's episode was like 3 hours long.
yeah. Joe Rogan's episodes are 3 hours.
We're getting there.
Well, we have no issues with the Women's March and the Women's Movement, all that stuff, right? But we are in Baltimore. I'm driving a like a regular box truck, like what you would see, a regular box truck with a bunch of fucking cots and stuff like that stuff that we sleep in, right? We get there and I'm like, shit. We cannot unload fucking 30 to 40 to 50 soldiers, female soldiers, into this area because they will physically harm
Eat him alive.
the fucking civilians that are here. Like they're gonna fucking hurt them. Because these are people that are saying, oh, you cannot go into the men's restroom. You cannot go into the female restroom. Because you are not male or you are not female or you identify as this or you identify as that, right? So So we get there first, and I'm like, fuck, man, like, we can't, we obviously, I'm in a circle of like 16 people that are saying like, I can't enter this male's restroom because I can't go pee, I can't do anything, right? So I'm like, okay, well, obviously I have to go outside. So, but at the time, they had surrounded me and they were questioning me and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, shit, there's a bunch of issues. So we get back to the truck that I was in, and then I go back to the bus that was carrying everybody else. And I'm like, hey, you cannot let these people off the bus, because if you let these people off the bus, they will fucking tear these civilians into they'll hurt these people, right? And that's what was happening, but we didn't want that to happen with the people that were from Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, it's a bad look.
It's a bad look.
Reputation's huge. It's everything.
Yeah, so it's a bad look.
That's
so
nuts.
they tell everybody, hey, you will not get off the bus at this point. We're going to drive 5 miles down the road, and we'll get off, and we'll go to the bathroom there. And that's what ended up happening. But
wasn't the National Guard like sleeping in like
My God.
parking
So
garages
this latest,
for like
what was it?
a while?
Let me
the Capitol
fucking
riots.
hold
after
on.
that.
Let me tell you what was happening. So we got to the NASA building, right? And we were told
Did you guys hear that?
what?
Yeah.
That's rats. We got huge rats that live in the ceiling of this
Those
place.
little
Did you
clawing
heard that?
around. I heard that.
Yeah.
It's like right up there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
I thought that was your
sleeping
dog
at-
just clawing around
Sorry
or
to interrupt, but the rats are crazy. It's like like
sleep with
10-pound
rats in
rats
one?
in the ceiling. We're yet to see one. Dewey almost caught one.
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir.
Diving.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So-
sorry.
So back when President Trump was being inaugurated, right? My company was down in DC, plus like we're talking 40 other states. We're in this area, so we occupied a high school, like this huge high school. Where are you going, boy?
Oh, he's gonna go puke. He's gonna piss. He's gonna piss. I got water right here if you want some.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, is that geyser?
It's only got a little bit
So-
of cold. Only
That's
a
up
little
there
bit of
for top
COVID.
3 worst waters, by the way.
So we
Dasani's number one. Dasani's number one.
occupied this high school. right?
Disgusting.
And we're talking like 40 schools occupied one high school. So we're like butt to nut. Like we're like this. Like we're sleeping.
Yeah, I
we're
think
sleeping
I
on
I've
each
seen
other.
pictures of people like
sleeping
National
like
Guard
Alex.
like sleeping in
So
the
what's-
hallways and shit.
What's funny is those pictures that people are posting of are from fucking when President Trump was president. Like it's bullshit, right? Where we got missions, right? We would get a mission, and then all of a sudden we get taken away.
Oh, my God.
And then all of a sudden we get a mission again. So my company got this mission that was within 100 yards of the White House.
Wow.
And I mean, I swear to God, I tell you, I left my area of operation and I walked 50 yards out and I could see the fucking White House from where I was.
Wow.
And this is what, 2 years before you had gotten there?
What year was that? 2016, I think. 1 year.
I remember being in Mr.
I
D's class
listened-
watching the inauguration.
I enlisted my
Okay.
January of my
We
senior
were
year.
we were seniors, right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
all this happens, right? And like all these people come up to the gate and then all of a sudden we would see DCPD come up, District of Columbia. Fuck me. DCPD.
What was in your guys' whiskey?
We would see DCPD come up and it would fucking. This one guy snapped a fucking woman's microphone
Head.
in half. And he goes, either you got two options. You either get the fuck out of here or we take you to jail. And she was like, okay, we'll get out. And that's what happened. Like they left, and whatever everything within the area that we were in was clear.
Wow.
But we were so far in the cordon that like it was so rare for us to see any kind of issue.
Were you guys in charge of like the parade too?
No. So we were inner of that. So like think of the White House, right?
Yeah.
They're like riot control. If anything, like
We were
got
inside
crazy.
the White House, and then just outside of that, we had 100-yard or 1 mile.
Now, how many guys are in the Rhode Island?
Thousands,
Okay.
because it was Rhode Island, it was Florida, it was New Mexico, a bunch of people that I had served with, and they were like, "Hey, holy fuck, you're here! We're going to the same fucking road. Like, let's talk." And that's kind of what happened. Like, I had friends from New Mexico that were like, "Oh fuck, like we're on the same street." I met up with them and it was like, "Holy fuck, like we're in the same area. Like, let's kind of communicate.
let's
right?
mingle.
Yeah, let's mingle." And that kind of only
2 minutes and 6 minutes.
It needs 2 minutes and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
that kind of only made
needs to
our
end.
that only made our that made our
we can cut it whenever.
presence right like better than what
We can
it
finish the
normally
story
was.
and then.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
We're running deep.
Well, that'll
man.
be we're gonna end it there because
So,
this will be our longest podcast.
has-
So thanks
This is
for
the longest
watching.
podcast I've ever
It
had.
was
Dewey doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.
Alex Dewey.
and
doesn't know
Lonnie's
where
clocked out.
And so
It was a great podcast.
Thanks for
was good news.
watching. You know where to hit
Okay,
us up:
Lonnie's doing it.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, occasionally.
I mean, right? Let us know where the hell you want us
You know,
to be.
And we're probably mostly on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, Spotify.
And if
Spotify
you don't know where
guy.
to
Yeah.
get to our things, go get your grubby little hands off. Get to our links in Instagram, Facebook. On Facebook, we have a website where you can see where we have to go, which has
these guys,
YouTube.
Tell these guys what you want to actually see, right?
You want to?
Oh yeah, that's true.
YouTube.
Yes.
We want YouTube
To be at 100
subscribers. We haven't gotten many in the past.
Blow our fucking subscribers up.
Wait, on YouTube?
Up.
YouTube, because we have to get how many subscribers we have to get before we start making money?
I think it's
1,000.
1,000, right?
1,000.
What are you guys at
Yeah.
right now?
We're at like 30, but we've
All
been
right,
there for
all
like
right.
the past 6. We've been there for like the past 6.
Yeah.
We
got two.
have a solid viewing audience, but
Yes.
it's been like the same. We haven't gone up.
So we'd like 100 YouTube.
Hopefully now we
followers.
get the
Promote it up.
we get the Rhode Island National Guard.
Yeah.
We'll find it after.
We'll get sponsors from the Rhode Island National
Honestly,
Guard.
I hope so.
yes.
Honestly, like if we keep coming on here or whatever, even if this is our
You guys
only
will be
episode,
welcome back. That's for sure.
Hopefully,
Thank you for bringing us on, by the way. This is
Of
awesome.
course. Thank you guys for coming
First
on.
podcast.
Yeah. It was a blast.
So I feel it was too long or too awkward, but
No, that, it
That's
was,
what we said.
It was
You
funny.
said you
it
wanted
was
to come on as a
entertaining.
guest, and I was
Yep.
like, because he then brought up his brother. Like, we need to get him and his brother on because they're close friends and they have a lot of military stories.
Dustin was like, "Oh, is anybody gonna come on with me?"
Listen,
he was like,
man.
"We need
I would-
another,
I would
we need
be
another
too-
guest."
No,
and
no,
then
no,
Dewey-
I totally
and Dewey-
understand.
Dewey was like, "Oh,
If I was
Vance
by myself, dude,
Vance has been watching it." I was like, "That's
I'd probably
perfect," because I know
be- yeah.
Dustin knows Vance.
Hey, so listen to this. How funny has it been? You and I have talked about it the last date night that
yeah,
had.
we talked about it. Like,
Oh, no way.
we're like, we want to be on a fucking podcast, and
I was like,
Reed
listen,
hit me up, and
set
I was
it
like,
up. Set it up.
dude, what if I can get you in a podcast? And I was like, I don't know if they know each other that well.
And then Dewey mentioned he was like, "Oh, my brother just watched all the podcasts," and I was like, "Well."
So
There we
fuck
go.
it. The worlds aligned perfectly.
Perfect.
And I knew Dustin knew Vance, so I was like,
It worked out perfect.
"Perfect."
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
But